So F5, F5, F9, F9. That is the sequence in which I am pressing these buttons. And this is called a quick port. Now, the reason why we call this a quick port is because we are using the quick save, quick load, which is obviously a thing in not all PC games, most PC games, in order to set our, a value in the game to 0, 0, 0. So we're going to the map coordinates 0 to jump on this guy's shoulder, and we're going to hold left and forward, and we're going to spam more jumps. And essentially, the game is going to allow us to jump off of his shoulder, which you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to be able to jump off of NPCs in this game.
Because of his, proximity to, how close he is to the wall? Oh, wow.
And, but...
You're gonna get launched.
But we're gonna get launched because this fire extinguisher also acts as an explosive. And it's going to send us up onto this little, this steel box thing.
You slowed down time as well, because you can do that.
The slow-mo is necessary, at least for a human. If you're a robot, maybe you could do it without it. Instead of just kind of jaggedly hitting the ladder, he's smoothly gliding into it.
Okay.
This means that you are floating. So that's a visual cue. An audio cue is if you start walking and you don't hear footsteps, you're floating. So boom. Now,
that's what I was hoping.
You can go pretty much anywhere you want as long as there is no collision. But sometimes Point Man just looks like he's floating.
Yeah.
He's got some funky movement. But we're going to do that ladder glitch again. Now, this one is more infamous in the run because it involves the white room. And I don't know how many times I've ran this game, and there's just so many people who are like, what's with that white room? I'll answer.
Okay. Right.
But you kind of go up to the wall, crouch with the mouse wheel, and suddenly you're running, but in crouch mode. If you press crouch while you're doing this, you go back into crouch speed. So you just want to make sure you're always crouch. Ceiling tile. And we're going to do the same thing that I was attempting before. We're going to try and jump into the ceiling.
Okay. Oh.
Barely. Almost
really
got it.
Close.
Yeah. Like I said, this is a more intimidating skip because it's super finicky and not
there
easy.
we go.
But there it is. You clip through the ceiling by boosting yourself with the ceiling tile, and now we're inside of this vent. Now, there's many different things you can do here, but all of them are bad except for the one thing that I'm going to be showing. But the alternative is something that we call a gate clip, where you kind of angle yourself against a gate, and you can do this in slow-mo or not. It kind of just is frame rate dependent. This trick is totally dependent on FPS. I'm at 144 right now, so I'm going to go into slow-mo, and I am going to tap up and right. And eventually, you're going to see Point Man's fists raise, and that means that he's successfully clipping through the gate.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
And this is, you can jump on.
Oh, weird.
The top of this wall right here, you can also jump on. So essentially, what you want to do is you want to get close, but not too close, because if you get too close, you just can't jump up. So you want to get close, but not too close, and it allows you to land. As you can see, we're on that bottom piece of the wall. Now,
oh, weird. Okay.
If you do this optimally, you can just jump again. As you can see, we cannot jump, we cannot move. So the way of doing this that I do it, some runners don't do this because they're just confident in doing the jump techniques. When you jump and you hit here, what you're going to do is you're going to turn left, crouch, and spam jump, and it will usually work a lot better than just relying on the single jump technique, which we just did. We just did the simple jump technique.
Oh, wow.
So that was what you see as perfect, and then that was the crouch. Right. To stop floating, if you need to, you would just quick save, quick load.
That makes sense.
And here is a quick port, a really funny quick port, because quick porting in this elevator for this interval sends you to literally the end of it. This is good for us because essentially this means that this wall can be scaled. So if you get into a certain part of it and you just start jumping, you're just kind of connected to it. You're just glued on. Like, you know, how you put on the Velcro suit and you jump into the Velcro wall? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is basically what this is like. And you just kind of keep jumping up jumping up. And the reason why I have a weapon out right now is because it's more consistent. I don't know why, but your weight is determined by what weapon you have out. So the gun that we have here, the SMG, it makes you quite a bit heavier. With the shotgun out, you're not as heavy. So even though it looks like this is the same, it's working differently. Same thing with the pistols out. It does work differently. It's very slight though. So we're almost to the top. Now, problem. If you go all the way up to the top, eventually this will stop you and you'll just fall back down.
Okay.
So you don't...
Okay.
This ladder...
How does that work?
This ladder right here, we are going to quick port at the bottom of. And like I showed off earlier, you can climb the rest of any ladder that you're on out of bounds. So we're just kind of floating above the room that we activate the voicemail. And the ladder is so long that climbing the entire thing will actually pop us into this room.
Oh, that's
It is so convenient that the ladder is just tall enough to do that.
Oh my god. I don't know what the text said, but wow, that's very blatant. Did they work with them on this game? Or was it...
don't know. I hope they did.
I was like, are they just stole it? Or...
So we're going to get on top of the laptop, and we're going to shoot the top right of it. And boom, we're on the second floor.
Oh, what?
That is the most consistent setup with this laptop now. And pretty much everybody who runs this game should be doing that setup because, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. Okay. Now, this puts us at just the perfect height to get over this railing.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And...
Can we fly across the sky?
Yes. That is exactly what we can do. While we have these stormtrooper bots over here.
So were you facing that way so you can keep an eye on how much they're shooting you, or just cause?
And just cause, I think it's really funny. I mean, look at this.
True.
Wants you to take the elevator up here down into the secret laboratory.
You can just crouch your way down now.
But when you crouch through this fence, you spawn Alma, and you're only supposed to see her for a moment when you're going down the elevator.
Hey,
but if you just do this, she's just here.
She's just there. She's chilling. Oh god.
She's just vibing.
Oh, she's...
Yeah, you can see how scary her model actually is.
Yeah, you never get to see that.
Yeah, that's why I love showing this off, because this is something you would never see unless you went into like the game and brought up like the character models and stuff and like some type of engine of some sort. But yeah, you can actually see her just chilling here. I got so distracted.
That's fair. I don't blame you.
I gotta do this again. It's a cool skip, so show it off again.
Okay.
So ladder glitch, successful ladder glitch. As soon as you know you've got it, you switch to the shotgun while you do it. Switch the bullet values, no longer take damage. Go up here. Up into the vent. Start boosting. Okay, see, like... Some of this is just, like, if you go off track with some of these glitches, they're just... You just lose what you're doing.
Yes.
But yeah, you just crouch spam down and there's the end of the level trigger. I didn't think you would do is get to this point without killing these things.
No, they just come and
Yeah, they're just chilling. They're forming just one mass demon. And it gets really loud too. Like I'm standing a bit farther back because they just get really loud. going to the door again, but you have your watch out. So you pick Dobuita while you have your watch out. Or I'm supposed to be in the menu right now. Well, this happens. This is a thing.
Wait. Where?
But that's not exactly what was supposed to happen. But this is a thing. Just want to show that off.
Whoa.
You're just randomly set somewhere out of bounds in Dobuita.
That's so weird.
I wish there was a cooler way to utilize it for something, but that's just that. There we go. So now the game thinks that I'm done with the staircase, but I'm not.
Oh.
Now I'm floating in air.
Oh, nice. Here we go.
So going back on the staircase will just put you back into a non-floating state, but because we're floating, there's some cool stuff we can do. So this guy right here, he owns a bakery, and he has this tray outside. What we're gonna do is we are going to talk to him.
Okay.
And that's gonna clip a. It's gonna. Oh no! Don't talk to him more.
Oh.
His bread isn't selling anymore.
Oh no.
It's because of Bob's Pizzeria and Tom's Hot Dogs. Oh my goodness.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna clip through the wall.
Like, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
So we're gonna clip through the entire bakery.
Oh wow.
Just by pressing left and right a little bit to kind of shimmy his way in.
Right.
And now we're out of bounds, and we can pretty much go anywhere we want in Dobuita. But yeah, we're really out of bounds. We're just really out here.
Oh my god.
You can run for a while.
Is there a
You
death
can run
lane?
for a while. No. Shenmue is made in the way that it's just supposed to be like an immersive kind of life sim slash virtual fighter story mode thing going on here. So there's nothing to prevent you from doing things out of bounds.
Oh my gosh.
Except for invisible walls.
This is awesome. Okay.
So the entire Dobuita is yours to kind of mess around with, but what we really want to do is we want to show off the fact that to skip Disc 1, you need to go to the harbor. And the way of going to the harbor is going out of bounds and going to the bus stop. The game will usually not let you go to the bus stop until you are required to go to the harbor in the story.
Oh, okay.
So the bus will show up, and you'll still be stuck out of bounds when you're interacting with the bus, but you're able to get on the bus.
Yeah, that's really cool. So can you click on it from here?
Yeah. They did not make it so that you have to be on the sidewalk. You can just be kind of in this box.
So
there's a big box that counts as
it thinks you're going in the bus now.
It does. I don't know what this screen is, but it does think I'm going in the bus. During that cutscene, this happens.
Oh, we're going to another save.
Voila! This is the room in which you have the meeting.
Oh, what?
So when you save your game and you reload it, it thinks that you're outside. Or, it thinks that you're inside.
Okay.
But you're outside. It's complicated. I'm not sure why the game thinks that you are outside when you saved your game inside, but it does.
That's so weird. Okay.
So this lady's sitting, she's magic. She's magic. Anyways, we're still inside though, technically. We can't, there are invisible walls that are going to stop us from actually going anywhere, and that's because the game thinks that Rio is inside.
Right.
Even though it thinks we're outside. But if we open the door to go outside, the loading trigger is now putting us inside the office. So now the game thinks we're inside.
Wait.
But we're outside.
Wait.
Yeah, I know. It's really, really weird. And I think it works vice versa too. Like if we try to go inside, it'll think that we're outside.
Okay.
Yeah, look, it thinks that we're outside now, even though we're inside. We're gonna make this happen.
Yes. If this is the last thing we do tonight,
we're gonna make it happen.
This is gonna be it.
It has to be. It's like one of the coolest things. You're like confusing the game into thinking that you're in an unbound state in a cutscene, which it's not supposed to do.
Right.
So you're storing menu stuff to then play the game with the stored menu, which then you store an animation in the menu,
right.
And then you use the animation out of the menu in a place where you're not supposed to use the animation to go out of bounds to then skip like an hour and a half of a game.
Which is awesome.
It's like, it's wild.
And again, we did like a kind of more old school version of this skip, but this one's gonna be...
We did an old school Dobuita skip,
right.
Yeah. We did an old school version.
It's gonna be a lot faster when done right, you know?
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, the learning stuff for this, yeah, it is like this. Like, this is honestly how a lot of this goes, where you're like, okay, like asking members of the community is really helpful, you know, and kind of experimenting, and it doesn't always go right. Like, this is how speedrunning can be sometimes. And like, you know, you come on GDQ and sometimes you're like, you just see it from beginning to end, and that's it. Because you're trying to see people like go super fast. That's what speedrunning's about. But there's this whole learning process, because it's just like learning any other kind of skill.
Okay, and then we press no on the controller for saving.
You gotta get to the save menu, then you gotta bring up the do you want to overwrite prompt.
There it is. There it is. Okay. Voila! We've passed the trigger.
We did it!
We've done it. We did it. Oh my good lord.
Yay!
Okay. Yes. So that's what I was missing before, was the save prompt. Do you want to overwrite prompt? That is the one that I was missing out on earlier that I somehow forgot.